So welcome to everyone who is joining live and also on the recording. My name is Kate. I'm going to be your guide through today's restorative yoga session. The theme of today is all about having a whole harvest of gratitude. So just being very thankful of all of the bounty in our lives, no matter where we might be finding it. It'll be a nice relaxing session today after a little bit of movement. We're gonna do things a little bit differently today. I was feeling a little funky this month. Fall seems to be my creative funky season. So we're gonna do something a little different to start out today. I am going to drop the playlist here in the chat. So if you're joining live, you can join with the playlist on Spotify. It is called Harvest of Gratitude, same as today's class. So if you're joining on the recording, you can find it there on Spotify. Okay. All right. And since we are getting into a little bit of a different practice today, I am going to recommend that y'all have either a chair or a stool, or if you're near a couch or a bed, just something that you can comfortably sit on, where your feet are still somewhere around the floor, or if they're dangling, that works too. But just sitting somewhere upright, either on a stool or a chair, and then our typical folded up blanket and yoga bolster if you got them, or if you just have some fluffy pillows, that works as well. And we are going to start sitting on top of your stool or your chair, whatever you would prefer. If you're near a couch and it has a back, awesome, really lean into that back, support your spine. All right, welcome, Crystal. We are starting sitting on top of either a chair or a stool. Have a pillow and a blanket as well. And if you want to join with the playlist, I just dropped it in the chat recently, so you can find it there. All righty. From your seated position, try and get your spine as tall as you can manage, really lifting up through your ribs, your collarbones, your chin. And then when you're at your tallest seat, allow your eyes to slowly flutter close. Slowly drawing the veil between your present moment and what's happening within. Once you've closed that curtain, that is your eyelids, start to connect to your breath. Feel where your breath wants to move within you. Notice the reactions that each exhale brings. Maybe one of your joints unlocks, a muscle relaxes. Really get a taste for your own organic rate of breathing. Now that you've gotten that big taste of your organic breath, start to make it even bigger. Amplify it. Start to breathe down into your belly. Feel it ballooning out. As you exhale out of your mouth, let out a sigh. Inhale down into your belly. Feel it inflating to the front and the sides. Exhale, H-A. 5 more breaths, just like that. Inhaling through the nose, feeling your belly muscles move, the organs within them moving as well. Exhale, let out any sound that wants to come out. Do the next 4 on your own. On this last round, inhale through your nose. Keep breathing in until you can breathe in no more. Fill up every little space of your lungs that you can manage. When you're as full as you can be, pause. Feel the abundance of oxygen swirling within you. Feel it nourishing each and every cell in your body. And the hold is no longer interesting. Exhale everything out. Now seal your lips together, but continue breathing just as expansively in and out through your nose. Continue with that abundant breath. Blink open your eyes. And getting into our movement section, option 1, bring your hands to heart center, especially if your shoulders are feeling really sticky and tight today. Option number 2, bring your hands behind your head. From here, inhale, turn towards the right, twisting through your spine. As you exhale, dip your right elbow towards the earth, adding in a side bend. Inhale, lift up from your side bend, twist to the left. Exhale, crunch left side ribs towards hip. Inhale, back through to the right. Exhale, dip down. Inhale, lift up, twist to the left. Exhale, add in your side bend. 3 more on each side. Inhale, through, twist as much as you can. Exhale, side bend, maybe reaching left arm up, right arm down at a diagonal to get even more extension. Inhale, twist. Exhale, side bend, maybe reach your arms out. That feels okay. Inhale, lift, unwind, twist. Exhale, dip and reach. Inhale, let your jaw go. As you dip over to the left, let your head hang. Last round each side. If you have your hands at heart center, just actively reach that elbow, bottom elbow to the floor, left elbow up. And from here, meet me back into center. Bring your legs into a wide stance. Readjust as needed. Just go to where you can comfortably have your feet planted, hands somewhere near the inside or on top of your knees. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, right shoulder dips towards the center. Maybe gaze over the opposite shoulder behind you. Inhale, come up through the center. Exhale, shoulder dip, other side. Gaze towards the wall behind you. Inhale, lift up, center. Exhale, right shoulder down. Let your right ear relax towards the earth. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. One more at each side. Inhale. Exhale, dip down and look. Inhale, come back up. And then heel toe your feet towards one another. Option number one, depending on what type of seat you're in, you can probably do this lunge position sitting right on top of your seat or stool. Your right toes will point out, knee bent, and then you'll kind of step your other leg back behind you into a straight position, turning your chest and shoulders towards that bent knee. Option number two, if you'd like to get a little bit deeper into this pose, you'll come off of your seat, put it underneath your hands. Your left knee will come onto the floor, maybe use a blanket or padding. And then you can sink into your lunge while using your seat to help support your upper body so you're not going too deep into it. Once you've come into your lunge position, take 3 big breaths into your belly, exhaling out of your mouth. Our hips take so much of the brunt of our work in our day-to-day routine. It's really important to take even just the smallest amount of time to help open them up, get new circulation going, keep them going strong. After your 3 breaths, if you're on the floor, shift your hips back and then just switch your legs to that supported lunge on the other side. If you are sitting on your stool or your chair, then this time left toes point out, knee bent, right leg behind you for that higher up lunge. From there, 3 big breaths, this time trying to expand into your lower rib cage. Feel not just the bones of your ribs moving, but the muscles in between moving as well. Gliding and gliding up the various layers of tension. They all work in harmony. After your 3rd breath, if you're on the ground, step your front foot back. If you're sitting on your chair, meet us all the way down on the floor. If you need padding for your knees, grab your folded up blanket. And then here are your 2 options for this. If you have extremely sticky shoulders, or if they're just feeling really tight today, I recommend doing this one arm at a time. So for example, one hand will be planted on the floor. The other forearm from the fingertips to the elbow is placed on your seat. And then bending the opposite elbow towards the ground, relax your head. This will stretch out all along your shoulder, triceps, serratus area. Great way to help open up the lymph nodes in your armpit, get that circulation going for more immunity. If you're doing this with 2 hands, again, try and keep from fingers to your elbows on your chair. And then face towards the floor. Keep your knees about hip distance wide. Head down. 3 more big breaths here, or if you're doing one arm at a time, do about 2 breaths on each arm. When you're done, come back to a kneeling position. Move away from your chair. Keep it nearby. Don't want it too far away from you, but we won't need it for the next couple of things that we're going into. From here, grab your folded up blanket. Oops, let me redo mine. Doesn't have to be super thick, but just thick enough so you have some cushioning for you. Then with your knees wide upon your blanket, toes together, child's pose, adding in a side bend. And I've been adding in this little extra, I guess you call it a little extra spice to my lateral side bends in child's pose lately. So from this straight position, I'm walking my arms over to the right. If that's enough stretch in my left shoulder, left armpit, I hold here. Otherwise, just bring your hands to opposite elbows. Really let your heart melt to the floor from here. Not sure what it does, or not sure what it is, rather, about bending the elbows that adds that extra little oomph to it. But if you want to try it, got a few more breaths here. You held on to the elbows, release them, and then start to walk the hands through center and up and over to the left. If you liked your arms stretched out long at a diagonal, keep them there. Otherwise, grasp with the opposite forearm on top. Last 2 breaths here. Really crack open through the right side of your ribs. And release the elbows if you got a hold of them. Walk your arms through to center. Inhale. Pop up onto hands and knees. Bring your knees underneath you and then lower down onto your belly. If you need to move your folded up blankets, you have padding underneath your hips and ribs, readjust accordingly. Option number 1, bring your chin on top of your flat hands. Option number 2, forehead on your hands. Option number 3, make fists and put your forehead on top of that if you want more space for your neck. Once you've chosen which head position you're going to do, Start to walk your right leg out to the side, knee bent at a 90-degree angle, ankle flexed at a 90-degree angle for a half frog, belly down. Once you're in this half frog position, close your eyes. Up until this point, your practice has been representative of the transition of the busyness of summer to the slower pace of autumn. Let your breath start to reflect that shift in pace. Continuing the deep breathing with more ease, without hurry here. Take the next 2 full rounds of breath to walk your right leg slowly back, straight behind you. Once it's landed, then shifting to the other side. Left leg crawls out to the side, knee in line with hip, ankle in line with knee, toes pointing out to the left side. If you want to change your head positioning, feel free. Once you've settled into your second side, eyes let her close again. Sometimes it's hard to transition from busy to a more chilled, relaxed state. One way you can trick your mind into that shift, to use the power of your breath. The slower your exhales, the more relaxed your nervous system will become. Make sure you're exhaling out every last bit of breath, every last lingering distraction. Maybe even pausing with your breath held out, even for a moment. Any of these tools will help you to slow down time, slow down your mind. Slow enough that you have time to give yourself permission to just relax. we'll be transitioning out of the shape a little differently. Keep your left knee pointed out to the side. Bring your hands slightly forward in front of your shoulders. Press into both palms to lift your chest up just enough to slide your right arm underneath you. Slowly lower onto your shoulder and then onto your right side into the fetal position, bending both knees, stacking them on top of one another. If you'd like an extra pillow underneath your head to help support it, you can gather it now. Option one is to stay here, laying on your side in the fetal position. Option number two, rotate your chest up towards the ceiling for a spinal twist. Arm out to the side, or just relaxing um, on top of your left hip. Once you found your ideal shape here, close your eyes again. Reconnect to your breath. You hold this position for a little longer. Begin to scan your body from the tip of your head to the tips of your toes. Notice if there are any areas or muscles that are holding on unnecessarily. If you find such a spot, imagine your next inhale going to that area, surrounding the tension. And as you exhale, your breath takes the tension away from your body. You might feel some jostling in your body. You might even slip out of the shape that you're in to a more organic way of being. That's okay. You don't have to hold these tight, tense positions in order to get the benefits of these yoga poses. The more uniquely you can tailor them to your needs, the more you'll get out of them. Challenge yourself to keep your eyes closed as you roll over to the other side. Either fetal position, knees stacked, arms hugging around. Option two, spinal twist, heart rotating towards the sky. We all treat our left and right sides differently throughout our daily routines. So you might feel new tense spots or new sensations arising on the second side. No matter what sensations are happening, give the gift of your breath to this second side, gifting just as much breath as you did on the first. Last 3 breaths. Use these final opportunities to wring out anything that's distracting or anything that no longer serves you. Try and keep your eyes closed or at least halfway closed as you roll completely onto your left side into the fetal position. And then bring yourself up to your seat. Alrighty, we have made it to our meditation section, our restorative section. Few different options depending on what sort of props you have here today. Um, I would recommend that at least have something underneath your knees as you lay down on your back. So whether that's one of your pillows or you can roll up your blanket and put it underneath there, just something so that there's a little bit of something jelly-like underneath your knee joints. Alternatively, bring back that stool or that chair that you had, or if you're nearby your couch, you can also scoot on to over to that side. And then as you lay on your back, you can swing your lower legs onto your chair or your stool. I like having some support for my neck. So if you have an additional pillow or if you want to put your blanket underneath there, do that. And then we're going to start today's meditation with our left hand on your belly and your right hand on your heart. Yeah. Once you've settled in, let your eyes close. That blackout curtain from the external world, allowing you to dive deeper into your internal dwelling. Feel your hands riding the wave or the current of your breath as it flows through your belly, your ribs, your heart space. Almost like they're waves of the ocean lapping up onto the beach. Our left side represents our receiving side. Start to feel any, any sense of confidence, of assuredness. And if you're not in a space right now in your life where those are really strong emotions right now, that's okay. Just imagine those words floating up through your core into the palm of your left hand. Let your left hand receive those things, those gifts. As it winds its way through your left arm, over to the right arm. The right represents our giving side. And as your right palm is over your heart, feel all that confidence, feel all that abundance moving from the left to the right and into your heart. Almost as if you're harvesting all the things that you have worked hard for this whole year. Let your heart receive the benefits of your efforts. Now to keep your hands where they're at. Or if you'd like to slide them down to the floor, you can do that now. Let your body, your physical body, sink even deeper into this relaxed state. So we embark on our journey. Now imagine that you find yourself in a field of grass. Some of the grass might be golden as it transitions from the summer to the fall. Some of the lingering grains might still be green. Your nostrils intake the freshness of the grass. Your fingertips reach out. and feel its surface. In the center of this field is a cluster of trees. These trees come in 3 different colors. Do you find yourself drawn to the color that speaks to you most? Some of the leaves of the trees have turned a golden, bright golden color, reflecting the color of the harvest grain, representing prosperity, sun's warmth. Some of the trees are still holding on to their green leaves, holding on to their plant life, representing fertility, abundance. Some of the trees have even fired up their red, showing off their vitality, their strength, symbolizing the sacrificial aspect of the harvest. You begin to walk towards the cluster of trees. Maybe you pick one that is all gold, all green, or all red. Or if a couple of these colors mirror what you feel inside, maybe there's a mix on the tree that you choose to sit beneath. You take your seat underneath your tree. You can feel the air cooling drastically as you're shaded from the sun above. Smell of autumn and of the flora around you still hangs heavy in the air. Hear the thickness of the air. Begin to hear a soft buzzing, humming all around. You catch sight of a big bumblebee lazily buzzing its way all around you. It travels from the last flower to the next. The vibrant contrast, the colors on the bee are abundantly clear to you. The yellows, the blacks. Sometimes it buzzes so close to you that you can see the individual hairs all around its body. Sometimes as it passes, you can see the little pants of pollen that cling to its legs. This time of the year, bees are busy with their honey harvest. They show to us diligence, hard work, and the abundance that can come from cooperation with one another. Your bee friend flutters off to its next flower. You stare straight ahead and begin to see all of the grains of grass in the field that you just left starting to move in opposition to the wind and the breeze. You can tell that something is running or scurrying within the tall grass. And when it emerges near you, you see a beautiful red and white fox. You catch its eye, stares knowingly at you, communicating a quiet wisdom. Foxes are incredibly intuitive animals, remaining intelligent while navigating life's challenges. Fox friend is here to remind you to always listen to what your heart, your gut instinct have to say. All the wisdom in the world is held within yourself. All you need to be is still and quiet in order to access and activate it. Your eyes blink, and quick as a flash, your fox friend is gone, off to navigate the next challenge, off to lend a wise word to the next being it encounters. The temperature underneath your tree begins to drop even cooler as your sun begins to dip beneath the horizon. You place a hand on the trunk of your tree as you rise to stand. You bid your tree farewell as you walk away and back into the field of grass. Further you get into your field, and you begin to see a mix of sunflowers dotting in between the grains of grass. You can see the blossoms turning towards the sun as it dips beneath the horizon, giving it its final salute of the day. Sunflowers remind us of eternal adoration, the lesson to always adore the sun within us, the light and the life within us, to adore ourselves unconditionally. In your last few minutes here, I want you to repeat this mantra to yourself. I adore myself. I adore myself. I adore, maybe in abundance, adore myself. Shavasana. Slowly begin to draw the awareness back to your mat. Take some deep breaths to refresh your spirit. Stretch your arms and legs in any direction that would feel good, reawakening your physical being. And from this good afternoon, good evening stretch, roll over to one side into the fetal position and pause there for just a moment. Take a moment in gratitude to the abundance of adoration that you have cultivated for yourself here. May this harvest continue to nourish you as you transition into a new season. From here, slowly press yourself up to any comfortable seat. And once you're upright, bring your palms to touch and bow your chin down in honor of your practice. Thank you all so much for joining me this evening. Continue to be excellent to yourself and excellent to others. Namaste.